What's up? Welcome to the Harbor Live. How are you guys doing? We are getting ready to get started here this evening. We're going to do a new game. We're starting a new thing called Quarantine Games. Right, yeah. Woo! Right, so Lucas and Luke, go ahead and unmute your mics. All right. Hey, how are you guys?
Good.
Doing good? All right. Let me get this to where it will just switches automatically to whoever's talking. Hey, Luke, unmute your mic. There we go. Yeah, I'm there. Are you there? All right.
Yes.
All right. So hey, here's what we're playing. Are you guys watching the screen? Do you see the screen that says display it?
Oh.
Yeah, you need to be watching on your computer. I gave you the instructions. Come on. All right, so let me go ahead and just give the rules to the game for those who are watching. And let me read them to you. How to play. All right, there are 20 different display it statements, all right, on this list. We will do 10 rounds, okay? 10 rounds. There's 20 items. Examples are a paperclip, a Bible, or a $5 bill. When it lands on the statement, all right, on the screen, all right, the first person to bring it to the screen and display it will win that round, okay? So whoever brings it will win that round. And I'm keeping score. I have 10 rounds here. So both of your names are really close, though. So I'll go Tarno and Lopez, okay? We'll go last names like I'm a football coach. All right? You guys understand that?
Yes.
Yes.
So, to make this really fun, you take your cameras with you, okay? So we can see the journey and hear the journey, all right?
Okay.
Okay.
My internet just shut.
The shrim's gonna lie me behind me.
It's what?
I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay, all right. Give them a little more time. Where are you guys tuning in from? Where are you guys? We got low numbers tonight. Where's everybody at? Come on. Where's our peeps? All right. There we go.
He was showing on here.
What's the name of the stream?
Huh?
What's the name of the stream?
It's look up fellowship students. It's going to be Bible fellowship. Harbor Live. The Harbor Live. Look up the Harbor Live with Cristi. That's the name of this one. Harbor Live W-Cristi. There's also a link.
My internet's on Chromebook. It's not loading.
Well, where's your sister? Is your sister watching?
She's in my room.
All right. Well, I thought this was going to go better. I'm sorry, guys. All right.
How's this one getting out?
Well, here's what I'll do.
Power went out?
Power went out.
Get out.
Okay. Well, here's what I'll do. I'll just tell you what it is. All right. You ready?
That sounds fun with me.
All right. You guys ready? Luke. Uh-oh. We lost Luke. Oh. Yeah, I'm super red because there's a red light on me. All right. Luke.
All right, I'm watching you.
Luke, I'm just going to name him, all right?
Okay.
I lost your video. Yeah, but I need to see your video feed. Your camera. Technology, guys. Let me tell you right now, AT&T needs to step their game up. What else do they got to do? They're one of the companies that can actually grow during this thing, all right? Come on. All right, here we go. We're going to spin it. Here we go. Round one. Are you guys ready? A phone charger.
Do you have a phone to drive?
I got a phone charger.
Where's it at? Let me see. Luke. Ah, Luke got it. Luke got it. Luke won round one. Lopez is the winner. All right. Here we go. Looks like I have been outside a lot. All right. All right. So it's 1-0. Clear. Are you ready? You guys ready? Lucas, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Here we go. Student ministry T-shirt. So a camp shirt, D-Now.
Got it.
Oh, Luke wins. Lucas wins. That's one for Tarno. Man, that was fast. It's on the hanger and everything.
Yeah.
Whew, that was good. All right. Everybody, let's get back to your spots. All right, you ready? Lopez?
Yes.
All right, here we go. A quarter.
Whoa, I have one like right here. Where'd it go?
There's Luke. His face, make a face. He's looking.
I have to admit.
Jade. Lucas is throwing us around. Luke is not really hustling. He could be winning right now. Luke, you could be winning. Lucas is shaking. Lucas is literally shaking a piggy bank. A quarter.
Got it.
What? Oh no. Luke Lopez got it first.
What?
Yep, he had it first. Yeah. Way to go. Good job, Luke.
Yeah, broke my ticket.
You broke your piggy bank?
They said a quarter.
Yeah.
No, a quarter.
Yeah, I didn't hear it first.
All right. Hey, it was fun. It made for some good audio, though. All right. So, okay, here we go. So it's 2-1. Reset. And water bottle.
Wait. Yeah.
Where? Let me see it. Oh, Lucas Tarno has it.
Thank you.
Tarno won it. We're tied 2-2. I got some dad jokes. They're coming. All right, they're coming. All right. So it's 2-2. Here we go. A paper clip.
Paper. Oh, I have no idea.
Paper clip. Do you know what a paper clip is?
Mom, do we have a paper clip anywhere? This is really urgent. Come on.
Oh, you lose. No.
Let's do it.
Lopez got it. He's got like 5.
He goes stuck in my room.
All right. All right, we got 3-1 Lopez over Tarno. All right. 3-2, sorry, 3-2, my bad. Yes, thank you, official MLB scorekeeper. Might need something to do. All right, Mike's actually in the house tonight, guys. Woo woo! Yeah, so, all right. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Spin. Orange juice.
Orange juice. Oh. Do you have any orange juice? We got you. There it is.
Tarno wins.
There we go.
There it is, Tropicana.
Oh, is that empty?
All right, we're tied back up, 3-3. All right, this is getting good. All right.
Dude, I had to run downstairs for like some of these items.
Well, it's random. Hey, Luke, we lost your video feed, so if you get your camera back up, so please. All right. Luke, are you there? Are you alive?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm alive.
All right, making sure. Hey, can people on our channel that are streaming, can you guys hear them? Just let me know, because I can turn them up. So, All right, here we go. We're spinning. Luke, I can't see you.
Can you see me?
Nope. I just had the blue. This. That. That's all I have. There we go. Hey! All right. Here we go. A stuffed animal.
Oh, easy.
Back upstairs he goes.
Easy.
Got it.
Oh, that was Lopez. That was fast.
All right.
Hey, what is his name, Luke?
I don't know. It's a Valentine's dog.
Valentine's dog. You didn't name it?
No, I didn't name it.
Okay. Tarno, what were you gonna bring? What were you gonna show?
Gregory.
Gregory?
No, Gregory name was an N.
Oh, okay. All right. So don't be ashamed. It's all right, guys. Here we go. No, we already did that one. Slice of bread.
Try for bread. We're having burgers tonight, so this is easy.
Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Oh, his feet froze. Oh, there.
Does that count?
Do you have a slice of bread? That's a bun?
Oh, come on.
Does not count.
That's a hamburger bun. Slice of bread.
Slice of bread. Right here. Right.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, dude, that was close. But it's gonna have to go to Tarno.
Yes.
That was close. That was good. You guys both own the same bread. So, y'all were getting bread. Get it?
Always. Yeah.
All right, here we go. So, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 to 4.
4 to 4.
Yeah, 4 to 4 with 2 rounds left. And we have some for tiebreakers. I mean, we can if it goes 5-5. Here we go. A frozen pizza.
Frozen? Oh, I don't think we have that. I do.
Why do you keep going upstairs?
Do we? Oh, no. No.
All right. Lopez wins it. DiGiorno.
All right.
Oh, man. No, there's no frozen pizza in the Tarno house.
No.
Oh,
We're telling you, dude.
man. That's all right. There's none in my house either, so. All right. Here we go. Lopez, where you at? We lost your video.
I think that's an automatic forfeit.
It's getting close. Where are you? Where are you, Exotic Beef 22? Did we lose him? Is he gone? Oh no, Luke. Yeah, he went in the garage. All right. Let's give him a little bit here. How's it been going, Lucas?
Pretty great. I mean, I'm losing, so.
I mean, you could tie though right here.
Yeah, but I thought it was.
We need to. Where's he at? Oh, he's gone.
Oh,
Let's see here. He should be able to call him.
reconnect. Yeah.
Okay. Here, let me hang up real quick and recall.
All right.
Technology, guys. I'm sorry about this. That's what happens. All right, we got Luke. Maybe Luke lost the internet here.
Sucks.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Wow, he was up 1. Let's just see. Let's just see if you have. We're gonna spin it. Oh, there he is. He's back. All right, Exotic Beef 22. I can't believe
Okay.
we need a different gamer tag for you there, okay? All right, you ready?
Yes, already.
Now Lopez, no pressure. If you get this, you win. All right, and if you win, get a nice framed photo of me. A can of vegetables.
We need vegetables, Mom.
Any?
Got it.
Oh, that was so close. I'm gonna have to go to Tarno though. All right. All right. Okay, so we're going tiebreaker. All right, sudden death.
Tiebreaker.
Sudden death. Just give the people what they want. All right. Sudden death. All right, are you guys ready? All right, here we go. Clear. Take a deep breath. And we spin. Nope, we already did that one. Q-tip.
Q-tip.
Got it.
Ah, no, Luke Lopez. Lopez is the winner.
I looked on the wrong side of the scene.
All right, hey. So, Luke, I will be sending you a framed picture of myself. Would you like Knox to be in that picture?
That's fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll send that to you. You guys, thank you for joining us tonight. All right. I appreciate it. It was lots of fun. All right. Make sure you stay tuned in. All right. Christy's bringing in a good word for us. All right. All right. See you guys.
Yeah.
All right. What's up? Hey, so that was fun. So we're doing this new thing called the Quarantine Games. All right. This was round one. Our winner was Luke Lopez. It was close with the sudden death. All right. So next week, if you want to be on live with us, send me a message, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, text, whatever you have in the Google Hangout groups, whatever you need, you can send me a message, say, hey, I'd like to be in this, all right? We're going to do this until we meet in person, and then maybe we'll do like post-quarantine physical actual exercise games because we all need to work out. So we're all putting on that quarantine, you know what I'm talking about? 10 pounds, maybe 15 for some of us, me.
They're the dad jokes.
Yeah, they're the dad jokes. All right, hey, I got 2 dad jokes for tonight. All right, so you guys know the delivery drivers and companies have been crazy busy because we have to shop somehow because that's what we do. So I heard that FedEx and UPS are merging, and they're going to be called Fed Up. Yeah, that's good, right? That's good. Also, I'm going to give you this word of advice before Cristi comes up. Don't trust atoms because they make up everything. Get it? All right. Hey, we're gonna watch this video. All right, we're gonna watch this video, and then Cristi's gonna come up.
I think my family was just, they were always there for me.
I think my parents.
I mean, I would just go to my closest friends.
Youth leader or my mentor.
Humans were made to live in relationship with one another. We live in families, hang out with friends. We learn best from other people. Relationships can help calm us down, make us feel safe, and help us when anxious feelings start to make us feel stuck.
I think definitely my mother. She went through a lot of the same things I did. What she says to me about that really helps.
My grandmother is very, very supportive when it comes to school or how to deal with my stress.
I have 2 brothers and 3 sisters. So I usually talk about the problem with my brothers and sisters. Yeah, so sometimes when I do have to get stuff done and everybody's coming into my room, my mom's telling me to wash the dishes, my brother's telling me to play games with them, I'm like, can you please leave me alone? I'm trying to get this stuff done.
you'll start to realize, like, you know, parents aren't perfect. They're not always gonna know what to do.
Like, for example, if my mom would try to fix something for me, she would then get anxious. And then it was like, this isn't helping anyone.
I grew up in a family where it was like, you do what you do because you have to do it. You didn't cry about it. But I think one thing I always knew was, like, I always had a rock. My mom was always there.
When I was in high school, my parents were actually going through a divorce. So just going through that while also trying to focus on my own things.
My family, they definitely live up to that just older generation stereotype of you don't talk about generically mental health issues or at a basic level emotions that you're feeling. To their credit is that there's like a silent love that they commit to. I'm thinking about all the times that my father would wake up in the morning or make the time available to get me to places, let me do my things, so to speak.
I come from a Latin American family, and so going away for college was not our custom. And I wanted to do what all my friends were doing, so my anxiety also just had like a cultural piece to it. Did I want to be like my own person and do what my friends were doing, or did I want to honor what was my family's idea of what you should do after high school? And I applied to schools out of state and then ended up actually staying home. My dad always made himself available, so if I was having a really overwhelming day, just his paying attention to what was happening was really helpful.
Definitely, there are times where you go to them and either it's because they're too busy or whatever, and you tell them and they just give you nothing. They are a resource, but when they fail you, which sometimes they do, you have to just follow through to another resource that you have.
I think counselors and teachers really help. Sometimes you won't have the best counselor or teacher, but you will find one that you can really open up to.
The people you're comfortable with, the people whose opinions you respect and honor.
My mom's friends, they were very helpful too. And then just like my closest friends, even their parents sometimes would help too.
There's definitely the individuals who would come help lead like youth group ministry stuff or tutoring, like most of those young adults, because I went to a Korean American church, happen to be also Korean Americans, and so having people you can relate to helps.
My youth leaders specifically were the second parents that I had and could go to and just ask for prayer or ask for help or just vent. So having relationships with adults outside my family were really helpful to help me navigate my anxious times in high school.
Such a great video. I'm so excited. For those of y'all that might not know me, I'm Cristi. So excited to be able to continue session 2 of this session, or of this lesson that we've been covering this month. We are going through what it looks like to have faith in an anxious world. Now, of course, the series was not necessarily intentional for this time, but I kind of love that Blake was able to find that, and we can use this right here, right now, because we are needing it. We are in an anxious world. And so I'm so excited to be able to talk to you today about what does that really look like to have faith in our relationships as we are all feeling anxious or depressed or scared or whatever that could be. And so we're talking about that today. So we are moving into what do relationships really look like right here, right now. So you are stuck at home, right? You probably have not left. Maybe your parent is going to the grocery store. Maybe your parents let you get out and take a walk around the neighborhood. Maybe you've been stuck with a bunch of siblings. There's probably a lot of feelings right now, right? So I want you to kind of think about, what was the last argument or disagreement that you might have had with the people in your home? I'm going to give you 30 seconds. You're probably sitting with your mom, or you might be sitting with your sibling or whatever. I want you to just think about that. Go. So hopefully I didn't start any fights there. I know that families, I'm a part of a big family. Families are sometimes annoying. Sometimes we get on each other's nerves. Just any time that we're together with people for a long time, all of a sudden I start noticing how annoying when you chew your cereal and you slurp the milk. That is so aggravating to me. Or maybe you're so tired of hearing your parents say, because I said so, just go take out the trash for the 15th time. Whatever it could be. It is easy when we are in quarantine, right, to have these disagreements, start to have just frustration. So we have a lot of things kind of going on. Here I might be feeling anxious and worried and upset about what's kind of going on and the pressures of not being at school or not doing my regular activities or not being able to be a part of our youth group. And then we have this kind of pressure on top where we're talking about, then we have to deal with the people that we do have access to, that we do see. And right now, it's been a long, what has this been, a month? 5, 6 weeks now? I don't even know. It's felt like forever. But this can be really hard, where sometimes we feel anxious and sometimes we want to isolate. And what do we do when I am so desperate, so wanting to connect with people, but the people that are around me, I'm frustrated or I'm overwhelmed and they're really annoying to me right now. This is hard. So we're going to actually kind of look in, so if you have your Bibles, hopefully you do. We're going to be in Luke 5 today. And so we're going to kind of look at a situation last week Blake talked about. There was an instance, right, where they were in the boat was shaken, and there was a lot of anxiety, but what did we learn? That Jesus did not leave them when they were feeling anxious. He took care of that. And so we're going to look at another situation with the boat, but a little earlier than that. So we're going to be in Luke 5, and we're going to just start in verse 1. So I want to read through first, and then we'll go through together. So it says, one day Jesus was standing behind Lake Gennesaret, which is also known as the Sea of Galilee, when the people pressed in and around him to hear God's word. Jesus saw 2 boats sitting by the lake. The fishermen had gone ashore and were washing their nets. Jesus boarded one of the boats, the one that belonged to Simon, then asked him to row out a little distance from the shore. Jesus sat down and taught the crowds from the boat. And when he was finished speaking to the crowds, he said to Simon, "Row out farther into the deep water and drop your nets for a catch." Simon replied, "Master, we worked hard all night and caught nothing. But because you say so, I'll drop the nets." So they dropped the nets, and their catch was so huge that their nets were splitting. They signaled for their partners in the other boat to come and help them. They filled both boats so full that they were about to sink. And when Simon Peter saw the catch, he fell at Jesus' knees and said, "Leave me, Lord, for I am a sinner." Peter and those with him were overcome with amazement because of the number of fish they caught. James and John, Zebedee's sons, were Simon's partners, and they were amazed too. Jesus said to Simon, "Don't be afraid. From now on, you will be fishing for people." As soon as they brought the boats to the shore, they left everything and followed Jesus. All right, let's pray and we'll dig in. Father, thank you so much for just giving this opportunity for us to meet together in this unique way. Would you just help us see you clearly, Father? Would you help us just be able to hear your word clearly, that we would understand something new about who you are, Father? Would you reveal the areas that we are still struggling in our hearts? Help us study you well. In your name I pray, amen. All right, so digging into Luke. So let me kind of give you some context, right? So they're standing here. It says, by this lake, Jesus is standing here by this lake. There's already a crowd around him. He's been teaching, he's been preaching. He obviously has some following already. And he just notices these other 2 boats right by the lake. The fishermen were already done. I don't know, they obviously were fishing at night, so maybe this was kind of morning, late morning. And they were fishing, they were already washing their nets, they were moving on, they were done. I occasionally go fishing. My dad's a big fisherman, and so I know just on the small scale of things, it is a lot of work. You're carrying a bunch of poles and a lot of this, but these were big boats that were, trying to catch fish. This was their job. They were fishing to provide for, that area. So obviously a lot of work was going into this. And they were wrapping that up, and Jesus just boards, one of the boats. He boards the boat of Simon. We also know Simon Peter, also later known as Peter. That's another story. But he boards this boat, and I'm assuming there's already some type of relationship here. Simon acknowledges, like, okay, well, if you want to get on the boat and teach, okay, maybe there was a bigger crowd, and it gave him, some space to be able to see all the people or have some distance. I'm not quite sure why, but and he says when he finished speaking to the crowds, he asked him to just go out further, like, let's go ahead and, let's take this. Okay, well, this is interesting. Why would he, hold on, I just finished fishing all night. I caught nothing. I really don't want to go back in there. I just cleaned all my nets. Like, that seems like a lot of work. But what does he say? Master, we worked hard all night and caught nothing, but because you say so, I'll drop the nets. So we already kind of see a little bit of a relationship with Jesus and Simon. Master, that kind of implies he recognizes him, right? As he was a teacher already, they knew of him. He just didn't have full understanding of who Jesus really was. And so it's really interesting to see that he goes with it. I don't know. Sometimes we have those people in our families or in our friends that are a little more like go with the flow. I don't know if we could say Simon was that, but he went with it and he said, okay, because you said so. He obviously has some trust in who he is that okay, let's do it. So they drop the nets, and what happens? A miracle happens. They end up catching all this fish to the point that these nets were splitting. I can only imagine if you've ever watched, what's that show with like Deadliest Catch, and they have all the big crates of crabs and stuff, and it's pretty amazing when they have a big one. I can only imagine, like, gosh, to see all that fish in these huge nets that they probably had. Probably was an incredible sight. They had literally just he had witnessed a miracle on his boat. So the nets were beginning to split, and then they signaled for the partners in the other boats to come and help them. So really interesting, right? Like, we have so much, probably just the two of them, maybe someone else, but hey, all these other people that are out there, who knows? It just says other. The other boat, come and help. And they filled both boats so full that they were about to sink. Okay, so just set yourself in that for a second. What do you think could have been happening? So we already have Simon, who had been out all night fishing, no success, probably feeling really tired, maybe a little cranky, and maybe a little irritated. Like, I don't want to go back out there and fish, but because you said so, I'll go and do it. So maybe a little frustrated. And then all of a sudden this miracle happens, and they are overcome with all of this fish. Probably, I don't know, what would you be feeling? I don't know, I'd probably be in awe. I probably couldn't comprehend. Already being tired on top of it, Gosh, probably a lot of feelings right there. But then to the point that they were about to sink. I've never been on a sinking boat, but I would imagine that would probably be really scary. And probably for a split second, I'd probably be really anxious and really worried. Like, what's going to happen? We have all this fish. My instinct might actually be to start throwing fish overboard because I don't want to sink. Preservation, right? When we're anxious, we try and preserve ourselves. So they filled both boats, and what is his reaction? When Simon Peter saw the catch, he fell at Jesus' knees and said, "Leave me, Lord, for I am a sinner." That is an interesting reaction. I probably would have gone self-preservation, but what did he do? He said, "Leave me." Why would he say that? I think we kind of forget wait, hold on, what just happened? That was something completely abnormal. He just witnessed a miracle, and he realized something about who Jesus was. He was a Lord over the sea. He is the Lord over the sea. He had control over what happened in that moment. That was a miracle. And when we encounter the presence of the Lord and we experience something crazy to our humanness, something bizarre, something beyond us, what is our response? What is our reaction? A lot of times it's confusion. It can be awe, even some anxiety, I think. It can be fear. I think it was, what did they end up saying? Peter and those with him were overcome with amazement because of the number of fish they caught. And now we see this kind of crazy thing unfold. They were just, Jesus was just teaching, and they were just going out to, okay, we'll just go see if we have any more fish. And this crazy thing just unfolds in front of them. Jesus reveals a little bit about who he is to Simon Peter and the people around him. And I think, so here we are talking about relationships. This just seems like a random story. Why would we bring this up? Well, we feel anxious and we get overwhelmed. And let's look at Simon's response a little bit more. He says, "Leave me alone, for I am a sinner." Would that be your reaction? Would that be your response? When you are feeling tired, frustrated, anxious, maybe a little scared, is that your response? Do you ever say, leave me? So we have a couple things here. One is Simon is realizing, I am not holy. I am not powerful like you are, Father. You obviously have power. You obviously have control. I can't be in your presence. I'm a sinner. I am nothing compared to you. I think it's really important for us to know, and especially when we go to the Word, that when we experience God, we not only see who he is, because we see who he is, it shows us who we are or who we aren't. And so we see it's always a reflection for us. We sometimes selfishly can go to the Word and see who we want to see. I'm looking for what this says about me or what this means for me. And that's not the way we're to approach it. We're to approach it as I'm getting to know him and seeing him. And so Jesus uses this opportunity to step into Simon's world, to his livelihood, and to his experience. He's a fisherman. He's probably done it all his life. He knew it backwards and forwards, but here's this teacher, this rabbi that's coming to tell me what I need to do. Okay, that might be a little frustrating. But in that, there was a purpose. Jesus just didn't do it for fun, let me go show these guys what I can do. No, there was a reason in doing that. So we go on to see that James and John, Zebedee's sons, were Simon's partners, and they were amazed too. There was a connection here. Simon wasn't the only one that experienced this. He was feeling all his feelings. They probably were feeling all their feelings. And Jesus shows up, and he brings connection. He brings, there's other people on the field here. So it's really interesting to see then Jesus' response as we move on. Jesus says to Simon, "Don't be afraid. From now on, you will be fishing for people." As soon as they brought the boats to the shore, they left everything and followed Jesus. Okay, let's just pause right here and look at Jesus' response. There's two things that are kind of happening. Jesus is reassuring Simon, and Jesus reconnects Simon. So this is important. Here's Simon feeling all his stuff, feeling all of his, tired, anxious, worried, angry, probably amazed, a whole mix, overwhelming emotions, right? Overwhelming emotions. And what is Jesus' response to him? I don't want you to be afraid. So think of other times in the scripture where God talks about that. Usually it's pretty big things that are happening where people are stunned. The first thing I thought of, right? the field where the angel comes to announce that Jesus has been born. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, because there's something that I need you to see here. I don't want your feelings to get in the way, which is hard because we're human. We feel anxious. Anxious actually isn't necessarily a bad thing. Feeling anxious is a very normal human emotion that we all experience. I don't think if God didn't want us to feel that, or experience that, we probably wouldn't have given us that ability, but we do, we feel that. We have to understand that sometimes when we are feeling anxious, it's telling us something. And we don't ever think about that. We're just like, I don't want to feel it. Kind of like Simon here, like, no, depart. Like, I don't want to feel this. I don't want to experience this. Is a lot. But it's a part of just our response. Like, our body is telling us something. So sometimes we might get like nauseous, or maybe my head starts racing, or I get really fidgety. Whatever it could be, there's lots of different things. But when we feel anxious, it's usually there's something that's needing to be communicated. You gotta recognize that. He's feeling afraid. Hey, don't be afraid right now, because I have something for you. This is what I want you to know, that you are to become a fisher of people. So now he's using this example, this very tangible example. You're a fisherman for fish. I'm going to step into your world, show you this incredible miracle, and show you that I am Lord, that I have a lot of authority here, and I'm now giving you some direction with your life. I want you to no longer fish for food, or fish for whatever, you know what I mean. But I want you to fish for people. There's a bigger purpose here. I don't want you to be afraid. I don't want you to be anxious. I don't want you to be worried about these things. I want you to see who I am. See that I'm powerful. See that I I will provide all these things for you. I then want you to do this. I want you to bring other people to me. As soon as they brought the boats to the shore, they left everything and followed Jesus. Jesus created that in this situation, like I said earlier, this wasn't a one-person experience. Yes, Simon was the main person that was experiencing that, but there was other people around. He was creating a circle. He was creating a circle of people that, hey, I know you're afraid, and I know you're worried right now, I know you're anxious right now, but you're not the only one that felt that. James, John, whoever else was helping them in the boat, guaranteed they were probably feeling similar things. And so we're not alone in those things. And I think right now is especially a time where I think we're hearing that a lot, like we're in this together. Even the video said, like, we're in this together, we're in this together. You've probably heard people say that. I know I've said it a few times, like there's a part of us that really wants to run when things are scary, or things are anxiety producing, or things are worrisome, or things are overwhelming, or we get into arguments with our family and it's hard. We want to run from those things. We want to isolate. I need some space. But the way that God created us, He created us was for community. God allowed for this miracle to happen amongst all these people, so that Simon wouldn't be alone probably in this, that he would have other people that experienced something very similar. They just had a different perspective, but they were experiencing the same thing. And now, all of you go. As soon as they brought the boats to the shore, they left everything and followed Jesus. This is a community that God has built. He's beginning. And later on, that we know, these are the disciples. These are the people that are going to build, this church, that are going to build this following after Jesus. So my question is, who's in your circle? Who are the people that have experienced those worries and those fears? Who's right around you? Now, immediately, you have your family. Maybe you have your siblings. people can really get under our skin sometimes, especially family. But they're there for you. That is your first immediate circle. Sometimes we get frustrated because they want things a certain way or we want things a certain way. But they are a circle. So I think, there unfortunately are some situations where there are some relationships that are more hurtful than helpful, and that's really hard. I don't believe God wants you to just sit in that. I think He encourages us being the church. We are here as support, and so if there are situations that are unhealthy or harmful, we encourage you to reach out to a safe adult, whether it's a leader, within us or your group, or another, safe person in your life. But more often than not, God wants us to stick together. He wants us to be in relationship with each other. And I'm going to be honest, it's very easy right now to isolate. It is very easy. You don't have to go anywhere. If anything, your moms are super protective over you right now and they don't want you getting anything. And that's okay. You need to be safe and you need to be healthy. But what's going on with all this? It's really easy to pick up the phone or FaceTime with someone and yeah, I'm fine. And then I spend, all night crying in my room by myself because I'm so anxious or I'm so overwhelmed. And that's not what we want for you. We want you to know that you have a circle around you. You have people that are here to walk with you through those things. They are experiencing it just from their own perspective. They were in the other boat and they were witnessing it. They see it, but they felt those same things. They felt that amazement, or they felt that anxiousness, or they felt that worry, or they felt that, sadness, or whatever it could be, those feelings. We all experience them. And sometimes we just have to do the really hard part of reaching out. When everything in us wants to hide and back away and close off, we have to lean in. Because we are designed to be connected. And you're not really whole until you're really connected and you're using all that God's gifted you. I always think of going back to the beginning in creation, right? God said it was not good for man to be alone. We are not meant to be alone. We are designed to be connected. So how do we do this? When our instinct is to pull away, what do we do? What do we need to do? Well, we need to look up, we need to look inside, and we need to look around. We look up, we look inside, and we need to look around. So let's break this down. Looking up. We need to pause in the middle of our anxious thoughts to look up, to seek God and our relationship that we have with Him. Through the Bible, through listening, through sermons, through connecting even with other people, talking with others who are actually walking in the faith. We have to look up. And that's something that I try and do in my study. Like I said earlier, I can't start with looking at me, which is so hard. It's so hard. That's how we're that's our body, it's our flesh that wants to just look at us first. But we have to look at Him first. Because we only see ourselves correctly when we see Him first. We see Him, and then in response to seeing Him, then I see who I am or what I'm not. So we have to look up. And then we look inside and we reflect what's going on with us. We look at those feelings. Am I feeling anxious? What is that anxiety telling me about what's going on? Am I in danger? Am I worried about something? It's okay to feel those things. Sometimes we just have to do that investigative work. Figure out why I might be feeling that way. Am I scared? Am I anxious? Am I frustrated with something? Am I angry about something? And then reflect on what is God doing in here, right? So if I'm studying or if I'm looking into who He is or, what's going on with me as I hear this or as I think about this. A lot of times that's the Holy Spirit doing work when we're convicted of things, or, now I'm seeing something in a new light, or have a different perspective, or, maybe I really am still feeling sadness. Sometimes I read and I'm sad because I'm grieved over my sin. So we look inside, and then we look around. We have to take a good look at our anxious world so that we can deepen those relationships, because you are not the only one on your island. You're not an only person on an island. We're a whole big world that is feeling these things, and we have to recognize that for ourselves. You need connection. You need to be together, even if it does look a little different right now. So, who has God already put in your circle? Who is it? And I really loved I've already looked through, the paperwork that I think you sent out yesterday, Blake, of that daily replay. I love that, guys. I want y'all to use those tools. Those are tools for you. Sometimes it's hard to walk away from lessons and okay, what do I take away? Those are practical things for you to go through, and just print it out if you need to, or, get your iPad and write on it, whatever it is. You can fill those things out. They're not that hard. But that's good practical tools to help you walk through that. So who's in your circle? I want you, and this is kind of my challenge for you, we'll be back next week to talk about, being faithful in a hurtful world. But I want you to sit down and have a conversation with someone that is in that circle. With someone in your family, whether it's mom or dad, or maybe you have an older brother, or older sister, or maybe there's an adult who's like family. Maybe you're really close with your aunt, or there's somebody else, me, whatever it could be, any of your leaders. Who's an adult that you can talk with and have this conversation? And I want you to ask yourself, who in my family or who in my circle handles pressure well? Who does a really good job of communicating or connecting with others? What can I learn from that person? Try and get some time with them and just ask them a few questions about how they've learned to navigate through the stress, or how they've really been trying to build healthy relationships in this time. It's hard. Everyone is struggling. Everyone feels something right now. It's not an easy thing. But it takes practice, it takes work to build healthy relationships with others. But God has gifted us with that. It is pretty incredible that God would want us to be in relationship. That is a gift for us. He knew we couldn't be alone. And so I want you to remember that when you are feeling that anxiety or that worry or that stress or that pressure or the irritation or the anger, it's okay to feel that. I want you to feel it safely, but it's okay to feel that and talk about it. Find a person. Do not be alone with those feelings. Reach out and have that support. So I want us to remember that God met Peter where he was at, doing his normal thing. He was just cleaning up, doing his fishing, his livelihood, and he ended up showing him in a miraculous way who he was and what he wanted for Peter, and was able to use that as just a really awesome learning opportunity, a really life-changing, actually, opportunity for this church to go and to be and to follow him. It's a big deal. So don't let your feelings keep you disconnected. Don't say, depart from me. Don't leave and run and hide the other way and oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. No, connect. There is a body around you. It's all part of God's order. Okay? Well, let me pray for us and we'll move on. Father, thank you so much for the reminder that you are in control, Father, that you have given us this wonderful structure to have peace, to have connection, to have relationship, Father. Thank you for that ability just to love others and to be loved by others, God. I just pray for each one of these kids, God, that they would find someone in their life, whether it's a family member or an adult here at church, Father, that they would be able to feel connected and cared for. Would you encourage them and give them the strength to reach out when it's really hard to reach out? We love you and thank you.
Thank you for the speakers. We'll be doing next week as well. A couple of things. Next week we'll do round 2 of the quarantine game. I want to do something fun. So subscribe. This channel, if you're not, share with your friends. Share the gospel. Share the word. Share your struggles with people in your group. We love you. We miss you. We'll see you soon.